Let's start the lesson recognizing metaphors. In this lesson, we'll start with the definition of metaphors, then we'll see how metaphors help us and how to recognize them. Finally, we will also have a practice and quiz session. First, the definition of metaphors. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which we put direct but non-literal comparisons between two different things, like objects, actions, or traits that share similarities. For example, Jack is the black sheep of the family is a metaphor because Jack isn't a sheep and may not even be black. However, we can use this comparison because black sheep are unusual and typically stay away from their herd, and the person you're describing shares those characteristics. In a metaphor, a writer says that one thing is another thing in order to show or suggest that they are similar. Just remember not to confuse metaphors with similes. A simile usually compares two things by using like or as. He is as sly as a fox is a simile, but he was a fox is a metaphor. Now, how do metaphors work? The functions of using metaphors is to make an implicit, implied, or hidden comparison between two things that are unrelated. By using appropriate metaphors, we can appeal to the senses or sharpen the reader's imaginations to comprehend what is being communicated. Metaphors also help us in many ways, like enriching the text, helping make a comparison, and making readers understand better. So, how can we recognize metaphors out of the text? Since metaphors are direct comparisons, you will commonly find this sentence structure. Subject is metaphoric comparison. Secondly, direct comparisons made implicitly through substitution, such as the volcano in his chest erupted. The original subject or trait is left out and displaced by the metaphoric comparison. Number 3. Hiding metaphors in active verbs or adjectives. That is, the subjects being described are left out. Now you see, here are some famous examples of metaphors. Okay, let's practice how much we've learned on recognizing metaphors. We have some sentences that contains a metaphor. Let's find out. They are number 1, 3, 4, and 6. Did you get it? Okay, let's go with a more challenging task, a quiz. Can you see the hidden meanings of these two sentences? Here are the answers. Then, please fill in the blank to create the common metaphors. Now, fill in the blanks to check how much we understand metaphors. Great! Metaphor makes an implicit, implied, or hidden comparison. They share some common characteristics. Now, let's have a quick review of today's lesson. A metaphor is a common part of language that makes a text richer, and it is usually non-literal. It implies comparisons between different things with some similarities. Metaphors are written in 3 ways. They can be direct visible, or direct but implied through substitution comparisons. Finally, we can even hide them in active verbs or adjectives. Good job! That's the end of lesson for today. Thanks for joining us with this lesson. This online course is funded by the Ministry of Education.